Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Magia Record Season 2, Episode 3, in which we will probably save Iroha. That's at least what it seems is going to happen. Unless, of course, we're actually not going to do that, and we're gonna shift the perspective to someone else, because that would also be fairly on brand for this franchise, right? Let's keep the big reveal of the previous episode just hanging over our heads, and today's episode is gonna be following, I don't know, Kaede, or, something like that. It's entirely plausible. We'll see, I guess. What was the big reveal of the previous episode, and what happened in the previous episode in general? Well, Kuroe was given a very important task by Nemu. Nemu claims that she is the one who created the rumors, but she kind of overextended herself, created a little bit too many of them, so now she's lacking energy and dying. We don't know in what sense she's dying. Is she dying in the sense of her body failing? Is she dying in the sense of her soul gem potentially getting destroyed, or what exactly are the terms of her death? We don't know that. And so she sends Kuroe to retrieve, destroy, I'm not sure, one of those rumors that is the Eternal Sakura. I think that's what's it called. So of course Kuroe, being the good Magus that she is, goes to do exactly that, with the very interesting stipulation that Kuroe is not to tell anybody about it, not even the Magus, not even Toka, nobody. Which really makes me believe that Nemu is doing some shenanigans here behind the scenes. She also mentions, reading a story technically, that there is, the story being that there is a sister of one of the three friends visiting those three friends at a hospital, which leads me to believe that at least she remembers Ui, if not Toka as well. And Toka is simply a master manipulator, so, she decided to not reveal that fact to Iroha, and she simply lied that she doesn't remember Ui. Entirely possible. Meanwhile, Yachiyo confronts Mitama about the nature of the Doppels, and as it turns out, Mitama does have a little bit of a hand in those Doppels. She's privy, at least, to their secret, and she just adjusts those Doppels so that they don't harm magical girls. Because Doppels aren't entirely beneficial, there are some downsides to them. We don't know what are the downsides exactly. It's kind of hinted at losing oneself in the Doppel. If you use it too much, then the Doppel just takes your place. Something along those lines. It's not stated outright, but again, it's kind of hinted at. And later, Yachiyo goes to continue her search for the hotel, and on her way she meets Kuroe. Kuroe, who is following the Kyuubey that she met on her way, and then Yachiyo fights, what's her face? Mifuyu, both using Doppels. Yachiyo, of course, wins because she's that strong. They have a little bit of a heart-to-heart, right? Mifuyu saying, "Oh no, we're weak, we need the protection of the Doppels, Magius is for weak magical girls like me and Iroha," which, of course, doesn't sit well with Yachiyo, who says that Mifuyu should speak for herself, not for someone else, and that Iroha probably wouldn't want that. Then they continue, Yachiyo and Kuroe. They find the Eternal Sakura. Kuroe runs in after the Kyuubey, Yachiyo runs in after Kuroe, and it turns out that Eternal Sakura is where Iroha is in her Doppel form. Boom, cut to the credits, cut to the ED. And that's the episode. That was the episode. So again, in today's episode, we might continue that, right? Kuroe and Yachiyo are heading to team up to defeat Iroha Doppel to extract Iroha back out of it and save her and extract her from the rumor. Or again, we could just swap our point of view. Could as well swap it to Homura. That's another party that's involved in all of it and just kind of working completely on a separate plane. So we could follow her for a little bit. We could follow the adventures of Kaede and the rest of the gang as members of the Magius, because they all seems to have joined. And yeah, anything and everything can happen, so how about we just see what exactly it does, right? To do that, you will need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show, and I'm gonna have to ask you for your support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 3 of Magia Record Season 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. And why would that be? Also, if she's here, does it mean Mami is also here? Or is Mami just dead? Oh, opening. Okay, sure. I'm still not used to the new opening yet, so it took me a moment to notice that it's an opening and not some, I know, song number or something. Right, and in the previous episode there was plenty of that symbolism of like 4 chairs, which really would imply that Iroha is a part of the team of Nemu, Toka, and Ui. I don't know. I kind of find it interesting because very rarely do you see a quartet of people being important. Usually it's the trio, right? 3 people are somehow important to the story. A quartet? Rarely. 5, 7, maybe. Odd numbers usually. Or a pair. But 4? 6? 6 only in the way of 2 trios, like in Symphogear, for example. She's waking up inside of Iroha's little witch world. Oh look, everything is as it should be, right? Don't you just want to stay here forever? Yeah, you shouldn't be here. Oh? Is she here or is she not? Is her face just a white mask? No, oddly enough. So it's Iroha's Doppel powers creating Yachiyo's dream world. Oh, and the illusion is breaking. Yeah, that looks nice. That salad could use some dressing, not gonna lie, but hey. As long as it's actually some greens that have flavor and not lettuce. Lettuce is basically crispy water, so... Interesting that Kuroe was also pulled into this world. So is this Iroha's perfect world? Yeah, Iroha's perfect world, not Yachiyo's. I thought that perhaps Yachiyo and Kuroe are pulled into... Are you? Is she? I thought they were each pulled into, like, their perfect world, their dream world. But it really seems like it's Iroha's perfect world. Oh. When she's not glitching? Yeah. What, sister? Oh. Oh, okay, that's gonna pull her out of this world. Or maybe not. We're gonna have to rip through layers and layers. Oh, well, that's convenient. Train stops straight into the hospital. Yeah, they're not Magius yet. Where are we, though? Did she create them, or did she simply make urban legends into reality? There's no third bed, even. Oh, okay. So not even like a real Ui Ui. It looks like she's been wiped even from the dream world. Not even the witches, witchy powers can recreate Ui. Or Iroha is schizophrenic and she never had a sister. uh, she had a plushie that she always treated like her sister, but she never actually had a sister. Yeah, because she's the only one who remembers her. It's because of Iroha. Yep. Yeah, just like a witch. That's a very good question, actually. Who is bad? Okay. Let's go to the dreamland. That's actually like a fairly standard for a dream. Oh, even she changed art style. Okay, that's cool. Where? It's a dream. Where is safe? Yeah, she's probably also imprisoned by her Doppel. That would be my bet, at least. That's also why mentioning we made the dream change, because it got into Iroha's head. Hello, Iroha. Oh? Okay, so another part of Iroha's dream, Iroha's like ideal world, where she's an ultra powerful. Exactly. Where they are all an ultra powerful squad of magical girls, and she shoots her superpowers and gets tons and tons of grief seeds. Yeah, it's just her perfect world. Kind of like Homura's Homura's labyrinth in Rebellion, right? Also the perfect world. Oh, I mean, yeah, this is the perfect life. Are you you? No. It's the imaginary Yachiyo. Yep. No, she never met her, actually. I mean, I guess they did. Chasing after Juve, right? In a previous episode. So I guess they did meet prior to that, and I guess Yachiyo was pretty rude towards Kuroe. What did Kuroe give you exactly? I mean, I don't know. Maybe their history goes way back, but from what we've seen, they were just coincidentally passengers on the same train. Doesn't seem to be the case. Unless it's camouflaging really well. The sun? Oh, double bed. That's a lot of visit Ui. Oh, are you actually here or what happened to Kuroe? Okay, I guess that did the trick of pissing off the Doppel. Is she going to Doppel inside of the Doppel world? I guess. Why Mommy Ribbon? I mean, yeah, sure. Fair assessment. Oh, and she couldn't bring the actual Ui because the actual Ui doesn't exist. Ah, okay. Not even Iroha's Doppel knows anything about Ui. Okay. Interesting that the Doppel doesn't seem like outright malicious, right? It really acts as Iroha's guardian. It could be argued that the Doppel acts in Iroha's best interest, even. Right? Yeah, I have to help my friend as well. Dual wielding maces, that's interesting. Right, you gotta take the bad with the good. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Yep. Instead of opting for the convenience of a dream, let's do all those things in reality. Oh, we have a proper name for this mechanic, I guess? That's a very nice spear. Naginata? I guess more of a Naginata. Kure? Iroha? Oh, I guess no help needed. Okay, they escaped the labyrinth within the labyrinth. Now they gotta escape the rumor. Yoink! Mommy's ribbons. I half expected that, honestly. For Iroha to just be yoinked back up. Aww. Crying Yachiyo. I mean, I guess all's well that ends well. And Kyuubey is watching over it. We still don't know what's his deal. Okay, I'm waiting for things to go tits up again. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. That's good. Good. I'm glad. I really was expecting that classic Madoka Magica, haha, you thought moment, and yoinking the happiness away like we had by the end of the main series, by the end of Rebellion, right? They really are giving the viewers a lot of like pre-designed ships in this ending, aren't they? Oh, after credits scene. Curious. Yeah, what happened to Mami? Let's go save her. I guess Mami is also trapped within her Doppel world somewhere. That would be a fair assumption. Oh, I completely forgot. I had it all strung up and I didn't even turn it on. Go me. Okay, let's watch this episode again, shall we? Yes, we shall. Of course, we shall. Let's see. It would be the rumor of the Eternal Sakura. I wonder why exactly. Eternal Sakura is... I forgot the description of it, but I guess it makes sense. Interesting that Nemu is referring to Iroha here as her dearest friend. Meanwhile, Toka seems completely indifferent. I think this would be another thing that validates my theory that Nemu is working behind Toka's back, right? That they were initially set on, hey, let's save magical girls. Iroha is our friend. She became a magical girl. We need to find a way to save her, to help her. So they devised all this plan. But then Toka got drunk with power? Maybe. Or something along those lines happened. And Nemu doesn't necessarily agree with it, but she doesn't have an out. So she's trying to like covertly do things here and there, help Iroha a little bit, steer Kuroe in a specific direction, right? She's trying to work behind Toka's back, and she just doesn't agree with the state Wings of the Magus are in right now. It was supposed to be an initiative to save magical girls, and it turned into a cult. That would be my best guess. Oh, that's the opening. And here's the Eternal Sakura. And yeah, as I thought, this is just Iroha's perfect dream world. I fully expected this to be Yachiyo's perfect world, because I guess I kind of assumed that the Doppel works like a witch, in that it doesn't work in anybody's interest, right? Witches don't work in anybody's interest but their own. So trapping everybody in a custom-made perfect world would be the way the witch goes about it. Doppel, meanwhile, has a master, so it does master's bidding. It's protective of the master, it wants to do good by the master, so this is Iroha's perfect world. It wasn't designed necessarily to trap Yachi or Kuroe here. It wasn't designed at all to do that, I would even say, which is why they are able to disrupt this dream. It was designed specifically for Iroha and Iroha alone. The book you lent me, yeah. And yeah, the mention of the sister. And oh shit, something's breaking. My perfect world. I thought I wasn't concerned about anything, but oh shit, ooey! And we have an instant reaction of the Doppel that just inserts Ui back into this world, the best Ui it can create, and inserts those memories into Iroha's head, essentially. So that she believes that, hey, actually, yeah, everything is fine, actually. Phew, I had an episode there for a moment, thought my sister was missing, but no, she isn't. In fact, we are on a train right now, going to visit her. Everything is just peachy, this is my perfect world, right? The Doppel is working constantly to keep up with the dream, with the expectations, to keep the dream perfect. Yeah. This is like a perfect way to showcase that it's a dream. Space that doesn't make sense, right? This is like a staple of a dream. You could go through a door and just end up somewhere completely different. You can be on the 11th floor of a building, you open the balcony door, you step out, and you are on the seashore right now. And it makes perfect sense to you in your head, because your brain kind of cuts out the unnecessary bits, I guess you could say, the travel. And so the same case is here, right? What matters is the journey on the train. That's important to Iroha. That's where she can meet with Kuroe. and then the hospital. What's between those doesn't matter, it gets cut out. The entire space gets warped. But Iroha's subconscious is still working, right? Rumors are important, rumors are a big thing. So of course they are also a thing in this world, in this dream. Let's make up fun rumors together. There's a connection between the rumors and this hospital room, or are they just mixed in with this memory? That's actually a good question. We don't really know much about Iroha's visits to this hospital room, right? For all we know, they could actually be making rumors, right? As a fun pastime. We always liked urban legends, and so Iroha came up with a game, with a play, with some fun time. Let's think of our own urban legends, and let's write them down, codify them, make our own world, play some world building, right? Actually though, a Magia Record. Iroha and the hospital girls were making up urban legends for fun. That's where rumors are from. That would also really tie Iroha into this whole thing. And a bear. I really was confused why a bear exactly. We never really see Iroha like have. I don't want to say Iroha have plushies because she might have, just as a detail in the background, so I don't want to say with full certainty. But we've never seen Iroha's plushies, should she have any, be like a big part of her personality, character, right? Like, she's the one who collects plushies. Whenever she sees a new limited plushie in a window when shopping, she just grabs it, brings it. Her bed is full of plushies. She talks about plushies, etc., right? It was never Iroha's trait, one of Iroha's traits. So I really was confused why the bear. But in hindsight, it really makes sense. Ui was erased. Only Iroha remembers Ui, far as we know. Nemo and Toka are up in the air still. So how would the Doppel be able to figure out what Ui looks like? Who is Ui? It wouldn't be. It knows the name, it knows the relationship, it knows maybe some details it managed to pull out of Iroha's head, but it cannot create something that didn't exist. So it recreated Ui to the best of its abilities. A plushy teddy bear. Huh. Cool. It either shows that the Doppel doesn't have full insight into Iroha's head, it can't just pull out the memories of Ui that Iroha still has, or it shows the extent to which Ui was erased, that she cannot even be recreated. The Doppel has all the information about Ui, but just physically cannot recreate her. Huh. Iroha is the only one still capable of dreaming up Ui. Yep. The Doppel constructed this dream, then defeating it is our ticket out of here. Yeah, exactly like in the case of witches. After all, a Doppel is essentially a beneficial witch, I guess you could say. it is a witch, but it's not the entire magical girl turned into a witch, but rather a fragment of her body turned into a witch. But it's still technically a witch. Wouldn't surprise me if... Actually, no. Doppels won't drop Grief Seeds because Grief Seed is a modified soul gem. Soul gems are not involved in the transformation, so there are no Grief Seeds. Yeah, okay. This is a great touch. She steps through and she gets this painterly effect on herself. This in particular is great contrast, right? It shows Kuroe not changed at all, and then there's Yachiyo following the art style of the dream within a dream, I guess. Yeah, another example showing that this is Iroha's perfect dream, right? She had a gripe with the fact that she's weak. And she has a gripe with the fact that there aren't enough grief seeds, that it's a problem, and they have to hunt and scavenge for them. So now she's powerful. She has a cool sounding ultimate attack, Strada Futuro. And then the witch just explodes, and oh, so many grief seeds. We won't have to worry about them ever again. So many colorful grief seeds, and even Kyuubey is smiling, right? Fear the might of the Miyazuki Villa Squad. We are the strongest, we are the best. The medical center. Her dream is so peaceful, I wouldn't expect anything less from her. I mean, yeah, again, this is her perfect world. I'm not really hoping for anything, because again, she's not wanting for anything. It's her perfect world. All of her needs, all of her desires, all of her dreams are fulfilled here. Yeah, why is she the teddy bear? And yeah, that's where the dream is falling apart, because someone pulled Iroha's attention towards the fact that, hey, your sister looks like an awful lot like a teddy bear, and the Doppel has no answer to that. It cannot correct for that. It cannot course correct. It could correct for the fact of Ui not existing, right? Oh shit, fuck, right, I forgot about Ui, so let's... And I guess the batteries went out. So let's make whatever, fuck, I know, plushie. That looks enough like Ui? Okay, I guess it does. Here, Ui's in the world now. Phew, it's fine. It's fine. Iroha is satisfied again. We're good. We're good. But now someone calls out that, hey, it's a teddy bear. And the Doppel has no way to course correct the dream now. It can't make Ui not a teddy bear. I mean, it can make her a plushy rabbit or a doll or something like that, but it cannot make Ui real Ui. So the dream collapses. Her worries about her sister and the knowledge of the truth about magical girls. Yeah, nightmare to the dreamland. I gave her dreams to replace the nightmares. I really find it interesting that the Doppel is genuinely acting in Iroha's best interest. I fully and entirely expected Doppels to be more akin to, those devious things that are reluctantly helping the host because that's the only way they can exist. But whenever there is a chance that they can snatch up that body and just become the host, replace them, or something like that, they will take that chance. right? I fully expected this to be the downside. I did not, in my wildest dreams, expect the Doppels to be genuinely beneficial, to genuinely care about the hosts. In a misguided way, in this case, sure, but still, it comes from the place of caring about the host, creating the perfect world. It's not supposed to be a prison, it's not supposed to be a trap. It's not supposed to be some sort of a ploy to break Iroha's mind so that the Doppel can replace her easier. No. It's genuinely created so that Iroha can live a happy life. Super cool. Super interesting. I love it. And yeah, I couldn't find Ui, so I just made a new one. I'm afraid I could even lose my friends. I'm afraid. And those fears are empowering the Doppel, essentially. Eternal bliss. This is even better than the real one, of course. You couldn't bear it. Haha, pun. I wonder, because the title is also about bearing it, does this episode actually have some bear puns, some Kuma puns in it? I wonder. I don't really pay much attention to like the particular words they're using in Japanese here. So if it's actually the case, either in the title or they're throwing some bear puns during the episode, let me know, please, because I'm genuinely curious. Is it only a coincidence that bear appears in the title and it has a double meaning because the bear is also Ui, or is it like actually something with Kuma? And yeah, you can't just trade everything we went through for some convenient lie. This is a fairly common conflict in media in general, not just anime, but in media in general. Comfortable lies versus uncomfortable truths. Would you rather live in a perfect dream but none of it is real? Or would you rather live in reality but it's not perfect? That's a big dilemma. That's really a big dilemma. I myself had a lot of dreams. Even recently, even I have no fucking clue what the dream was. I don't remember any of it. But whenever I have an actual dream and I wake up, I'm like, ah, man, that was a dream. Really? Shit. And then I try to go back to sleep to continue that dream and hoping that maybe I can get back into it. They are enticing, they are fun, but they aren't real. They aren't real. The only reality we have is this one. So, yeah, this is the dilemma. Perfect lie or imperfect reality. But imperfect reality that we still have an impact on. It might not be perfect, right? But we can find your sister in real life. We can rebuild the villa in real life together. We can do those things. The nature of magical girls, that's not going to disappear. The necessity of fighting witches, that's not going to disappear. No, this real world will not be perfect. But we can bring it as close to perfection as we can. And what matters is that it's going to be real, not just a fantasy. Cool fight. And this is a powerful face on Yachiyo, right? Yachiyo always headstrong, always angry, resting bitch face almost. Sometimes smiling, grinning. Not grinning, just smiling, just having a small smile on her face. This is like raw emotions pouring out of her. She really cares about Iroha. All this time she tried telling herself that no, you don't need friends, you don't want friends, you cannot have friends. But she does. She wants them, she needs them, and she has one. right? It's cool. I really like how much Yachiyo has grown during the course of this show. Again, I fully expected this when I noticed that it's slowing down, that we're going for bullet time. I fully expected the shadow to just go back up and Iroha to be yoinked up, perhaps by Mami's yellow ribbons, because Mami in her Doppel form is still lurking around here, or her Doppel, or something like that. Fully expected that. All throughout this scene, I expected something to go to shit. I expected the tree to start lashing out. I expected Toka to appear. I expected all those things to happen. But no. We are actually given a nice, happy moment of respite with no strings attached. Nothing bad is happening. We can take a breather and just be happy for once in this series. There was so much you couldn't bear it. This is... Is that Ai? Yeah, I think that's Sana and Ai. Maybe. I don't know. And here's the after credits scene. Mami, are you getting my messages? I hope you're okay. From today, I'm worried. Mami, are you okay? Please call me. Mami, where are you? Sayaka told me what happened. I'll save you no matter what it takes. Mami said. Is it the oldest message or is it the newest message? I'd say it's the oldest. Oh, is it like why Mami went to the Magus? She learned of what the Magus can do, that they can save magical girls. She shot Madoka a message, hey, I'm gonna save you, and didn't elaborate further. Maybe, probably. I guess that's what it is. And that's the episode. Alrighty. Yeah, they really just died, huh? Wait. Turning them off and on again? No, that doesn't do much. I guess I'm gonna have to buy new batteries. So, good episode. Really, really good episode. I wanted to say that it was exactly what I expected, or on the contrary, that it was nothing like I expected. But truth be told, I didn't really have any expectations for this episode. I didn't really know how exactly it's going to go. Granted, I did not expect everybody being trapped inside of Iroha's Doppel, so I guess that one I did not expect. But that's basically it. That, as far as expectations go. I guess the biggest thing in this episode, not counting Iroha's escape, of course, right? Or rather, Iroha's saving mission, whatever you want to call it. Not counting that, because this is, of course, very important, right? We have our protagonist back. Not counting that, the fact that Doppels are actually beneficial to their masters, that was a big reveal. And I guess that would be the thing that I did not expect. I expected them to either be completely neutral, more of tools rather than conscious beings. I even use that comparison of being essentially exosuits for the magical girls, right? I expected Doppels to be something like that, but it seems like they have their own mind, at least to some degree. And that mind is generally beneficial towards the host. Now, that really leaves me wondering, what is the downside of the Doppel technology? What is the downside of this whole shtick of this whole method of saving magical girls, right? I guess so far the only downside that has been stated is that humans have to be consumed by the rumors to power them or something. So human lives, that's of course a downside to this method. But I fully expected either Doppels to be, as I said, those malicious beings that want to take control over the host, or I expected every use of the Doppel to lower the life expectancy of the magical girl, or right, I expected something that would be a negative to the magical girls, some price to pay, right? You are no longer affected by the by your soul gem getting dirty. You are no longer going to turn into a witch, but the price for it is something. Maybe your wish getting skewed. Maybe some other magical girl in the world who is quantum linked to you dying, or right, I expected something that pertains directly to magical girls. So far there's nothing. So far Magius legitimately seem like they have a point. They dress it up in, imagery that would make a certain Austrian painter jealous, right? but all in all, it makes sense. I guess that also plays into my theory that it made sense all in all at the beginning to both Nemu and Toka, but then Toka started straying away. Or Nemu started seeing the downsides of this newfound technology, or whatever you want to call it. And we still have no clue about Kyuubey, and we still have no clue about Ui. Those are the most important, well, not necessarily important, because Ui's disappearance is literally the main drive of this series, or at least was at the beginning. But those are the things that really make me curious, and the longer we learn nothing about them, the more curious they make me. Because we got Doppels as this mysterious thing, and we learned about them fairly soon, fairly quickly. We had the whole mystery of who the Magius are, and we demystified them very quickly again. But the two things that remain mysterious and completely opaque, completely masked and impossible to see through are Kyuubey and Ui. I think either of them is going to be the big reveal at the end of the season, or maybe both will be kept as a big reveal at the end of the series as a whole. Actually, do I have it noted down anywhere that Kyuubey is Ui? If not, then I absolutely should. There is... Yeah, juvenile Kyuubey is Ui. That's actually one of the first theories I had in this series. Two biggest mysteries. I'm really gonna be waiting for them to be solved, for them to be answered eventually, and I'm just gonna enjoy the ride. I'm really enjoying the ride so far, and I don't envision that changing anytime soon, so hey, that's cool. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be it from me. I guess I said my piece, but maybe you guys have something more to add, and if so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please. Spoilers can go to my Discord up here and also in the description. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to be notified of future videos of not only Magia Record, but also Shy, Helk, Shangri-La Frontier, Tate no Yusha, plenty of others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified when I go live, because I do stream sometimes. Support the channel if you want to see Magia Record a week early on Patreon, $10 a month, and you get non-seasonal shows like Magia Record a week early. And for just $1, you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me on YouTube directly via memberships, super thanks, stuff like that, also down below. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: Kyuubey, Without a Netic, Survivor, Zerainer, Akamancer, Dr. Watt, Marshall, Fassel, and Hans Peter, and you can join them without having your sister replaced by a teddy bear.